Hi everybody, it's David from Game-Refraction. We're at SKA Studios, and with me is James, who's going to tell me about Salt and Sanctuary.
Yeah, Salt and Sanctuary, it's a 2D hardcore action RPG. It's very, very heavily influenced by Dark Souls, so it really resonates with gamers that like the kind of a challenge, that like the kind of the concept where it's about building your character out, and also the actiony aspects of it. Reading boss tells, reading monster tells, exploration, all that stuff. So yeah, it launched 2 years ago, but we just launched on Switch a couple weeks ago, and we're just at PAX, letting people get a try of it and showing it off.
How hard was it to convert the game for the Switch compared to the other consoles and PC?
So we did. It turned out to be a really good idea. We outsourced the port to a studio called Blitworks in Barcelona. So I'm here talking, but Michelle, my wife, she's the other half of the studio. She basically oversaw the whole port process. So she worked with Blitworks, and then we used a studio called Plastic Fern for QA. We went to a studio for PR called Stride PR, and basically she kind of orchestrated that whole all that whole process from concept to launch. So yeah, she took care of it. I've just kind of been working on the next thing. But yeah, it was a really good launch. We're really super happy to be on Switch for the it's the first time we've been on a Nintendo platform ever, which is it's kind of neat, because it's like you grew up playing Nintendo games, right? I did, and to finally be on a Nintendo platform is just super cool.
For sure. What else can you tell me about the game? Like, how long is the play time?
Oh, yeah.
Quests, replayability, stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's actually it's kind of. It seems everyone is so surprised by how long it is. It'll be like a 20-25 hour playthrough, and it's built for replayability. Like it's an action RPG where basically how you build your character has a lot of bearing on how the game plays out. There's different move sets for different weapons. So if you can go like a sword and board, or maybe you're two-handing a halberd or a scythe, or maybe you're going more like a spell casting route, or just ranged weapons. And all of these ways of playing have a huge bearing on what the playthrough feels like. So I was super surprised. I had it was a guy who, he said he's played through the whole game like 8 times now. Just on. But yeah, like people try out new builds, they try out new playthrough styles, and it's just like there's a huge amount of replayability. But it's also it's an unforgiving game, so it's got that sense of satisfaction when you're able to like put a build together and just be like, oh wow, this works. This is good.
Well, that's good. How many quests are in the game? Like, is there?
No, it's not. There isn't like a quest format. It's more just about boss fights. So it's a huge world to explore. It's all seamlessly interconnected, and as you're exploring it, you'll just uncover new passages that'll lead you to these new, just horrible bosses, and they all have pretty robust movesets, pretty crazy strategies, and yeah, I think there's like 22 bosses total. A bunch of areas, like maybe 600. There's over 600 items to collect. I know. Like it just kind of ended up ballooning into this really big thing. But yeah, like I said, 20-25 hour playthrough, and it's a lot of replayability.
Nice. You said there was about 22 bosses. Who's your favorite to fight against?
Oh god, honestly, I think like so the first boss and the last boss, and like people, if they play it, they'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think thematically, one of my favorites will be this one called the Tree of Men. That's like a giant sort of metal. It's sort of a man-like moving metal structure, but it's got a bunch of like corpses kind of chained to it that are animated corpses that throw hooks at you. And you have to kill the corpses and then kill the machine, and the whole time there's all these like traps shooting fire at you, and it's a very, very delicate balance between hanging it, like to hang in there is always a pretty delicate balance. Yeah, it's fun.
Sounds like a really interesting game. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. It's fun.